guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber from Kyuujin cosplay, and today we're back at guys with Shadow and Bones, episode 5.
Yes, this one is called something I don't know. I actually don't know. Wait. Show me who you are. So, are we talking about Alina? As in, accept that you're a Grisha and show it to everyone. Because that's what happened last episode.
Yep.
She decided that Mal didn't care about her as much as she thought.
So she wouldn't deny herself anymore, and accept that she was a Grisha.
She made that scar disappear, the scar that we finally know what it was. And it was a representation of her sacrifices for Mal, basically, you know, what she went through to stay with him.
Which is so sad because we know that Mal is doing everything to get back to her.
Yeah, he was sent looking for the deer because apparently Alina made a drawing of the deer she dreamt of. Somehow Kyuujin found it and he sent it to the army being like, oh, well, anyone who finds it gets to come here and visit. So I'm like, does she know about this? Like, I don't think she does. So we'll see what it feels like he's playing a double game. That's the thing. Like, it feels like it looks like he hasn't been sending her letters, you know, like there's no communication between her and Mal. So both of them think that the other is not sending anything when we both know that they tried.
So there is something going on behind the love interest story that we're being pushed upon, you know?
Because there is a love interest. Like, they grew really close last episode, and I think it really helped her decide to cut ties with Mal and focus on her training.
Yeah, because she got a bow on the side now.
Well, yeah, but I feel like they're very similar when it comes to feeling cast out and different, except that he never really had anyone, and now he's found someone. So I think he's gonna grow possessive of her a lot. So we'll see. But yeah, when it comes to Mal, he went and looked for the deer, lost 2 friends doing it, but he found the deer.
At what cost?
Friends.
Damn.
But he's gonna get to go to the little palace, so that's a thing. As for Kazi, Nej, and Jesper, they found someone to take them to the little palace and perhaps even into the little palace. So that's cool because we know that Nej and Jesper are gonna they're not gonna pretend because their skills is what got them into the troop, but they're now part of a troop that's been invited to the little palace for the fête, they call it. So that's cool. Kaz did not show his skills. He's like, no, you know what? I'll find my own way in, and I trust him. So
we might see his skills later, though.
But that's a good plan, you know, to keep his skills on the down low so he can shine when it comes time when it gets time for him to open a lock.
All right.
So let's jump in this episode, see what happens next.
All right.
Let's go. It's a good plan.
This writ allows you access to the grounds, the main ballroom, and nowhere else. But to stay together as a group at all times.
Yeah, right.
No guns, no knives, no weapons of any kind.
Look at Jesper. Yeah, right.
Violation of these. Now, do we all understand these rules? Oh, for sakes. I just want to see her.
But then look at Kaz doing the same fucking shit.
Right, that's enough.
He's already there.
Tie call for one man. The rest of you post up now.
Good job, Kaz.
I'll walk the route our target will take from the ballroom to the dinner event and look for an ambush point.
I was thinking about his limp. I'm
You should
like,
have one of us with you.
he's doing pretty good as an actor.
You can't blow your cover. There is a gap in the schedule between events, so they may place her in a room here, away from the crowd. Somewhere safe. This would be where they feel she's most protected.
That's fucking
That's where we
convenient.
grab her.
But
Does this look right?
That wasn't Alina.
no, that's not Alina, so I'm wondering if he's gonna mess it up.
Some sort of Grisha lock. Took a material neck to open it.
Is there no way to pick the lock? Actually, there is. I can get through the door.
Arkin grabs the target.
You want the new guy to grab the $1,000,000 Kruger package?
The new guy knows his way around Grisha locks. Our futures depend on this.
I am ready. Let's go.
Okay.
Although I also don't want her to be picked too, even though. Don't get sidetracked by the stable boy.
Can I help you?
Hi,
Ah,
stable
you
boy.
are here. The ambassador's requested his horses.
Which one, sir?
The pair of Percherons.
I mean, which ambassador, sir?
Oh, of course. Nobody's in.
Have you said?
Mm.
Do you like it there?
Sometimes. It has its pros and cons. But the more I travel, the more I learn that where you are doesn't matter nearly as much as who you're with.
You smooth.
I like that.
Smooth, smooth, smooth.
What other wisdom?
Jesus. It's so easy.
Jasper, focus. You're supposed to focus.
I like though that we're exploring this side of him.
It's reflective glass. You bounce the light into that, people won't know whether it's coming or going.
No, it's the actual real deal, buddy. He's a party pooper. She's like, I don't want to watch this with you.
Her name is Alina Starkov. And she will bring liberation to us all.
I want this guy to do my introduction. You know?
Her name is Joanie. And she will watch every TV shows ever.
I mean, he's a showman. I mean, can you reflect that, Kaz? I mean, it's great. And she was doing it without the gloves too. So, anyone else who doesn't believe?
People are bound to her. Damn.
It's a myth. Like it's.
Yeah, I know.
See, even her, like it's a fucking. It's a legend come to life. It's hope. They were calling her a saint, you know.
Jasper, you need to focus.
Well, he is focusing
Not
on
on the right
something
thing.
else. Okay, it's happening.
It's not her.
Just from General's out.
Sorry.
What is...
Ah, we should have fucking known. He was sent by the other one to kill Alina. Should have known we'd not to fucking trust this guy. Jesus. We saw it. They showed him, you know, talking to the guy. Oh, it's actually her.
I'm here, Marie.
Ah, no. Oh, yeah, they changed her face. That makes so much sense.
For her. Oh my gosh, I feel so bad for her.
And the link's flash was his smoke out, Arkin.
Like I said, our futures depend on this.
And he saw it, he knew it, he prepared for
I
it.
saw two identical dresses in the fitting room.
Yeah,
Arkin is wearing one.
of course.
And Inferni, about the same height and build, was measured for the other. I set Arkin after the double, while we stay on the target.
Arkin will get caught.
He chose his fate in Nova Grabrisk when he met with Zlatan.
Everything is...
I should have fucking known.
What was that about?
Of course he would have known. Of course he would have prepared for it. You... And I was stupid enough to think that he might get the wrong girl.
Thank you.
Fuck.
Yeah.
For you.
He fished for fucking information. He's smooth. I'll give him that.
Yeah, he is smooth.
Improvise something else. Yeah, there you go.
Alright, plan C.
Scratch that. Plan now. have. Stay on target. Maybe the escape route.
He's an infernal. Don't take chances.
Scratch that plan F. It's just how many plans he's got.
All to Z.
Perhaps you'd prefer to attend the dinner.
Marie can manage.
Murray's
By
dead.
yourself.
She has Jenya.
I suppose she'll probably be alright. Do you think?
I hope Mal doesn't just come in and see this. Oh boy. I don't know why I can't enjoy this. Even I know he's cool. I don't trust him.
Because you got Mal.
What is it? Marie and Jenya were attacked in the fitting room.
Okay.
Alina was the target. We have a suspect in custody.
Suspicions aside, I think it's cute. I just like
Yeah, you can't get enough of her.
it's what they represent that I find cute. It's just that too many red flags, you know? I had too many red flags about him. Mm-hmm. And I'm suspicious of characters in TV shows now.
Come with me.
Baghra. What are you?
Stupid. No. No time to talk.
Yeah, I trust her more.
You need to leave this place.
What? Why?
I'm trying to save you from living the rest of your life as a slave.
Whatever's wrong, go back and find General Kerrigan. I'm sure he can help.
I'm trying to save you from Alexander.
What does she know that we don't yet?
He intends to expand the fold and use it as a weapon. That's what he created it for.
You're right.
The Black Heretic created the fold hundreds of years ago, and it was a mistake.
Alexander is the Black Heretic. He chose a nobleman's name to hide after he made the fold.
You're lying.
Wow.
Look at me go.
He'd be fucking old.
She's as short as someone else too.
You can put any Kerrigan's bloodline. You're his mother.
My son tried creating his own army with Mazost. He didn't think about the people who lived there. Turned them into the twisted, evil things that attacked you.
Fulcrum were men.
And women,
Jesus.
children.
Oh my god. Okay, scratch everything I said about this guy.
Centuries ago.
Oh.
There's a part of me that's happy we never trusted him though. Oh boy, okay, but it's worse than I thought.
Stay on the main path until the fork. Take the path to the right. There are some Grisha who are loyal to me. They will help keep you safe until I find a plan.
Girl, it's not time to prove anything. Alina! Dang it! Her newfound confidence is working against her here. Careful with your leg, buddy.
You're not supposed to be here, are you? Limping man.
Don't underestimate him.
You're like a wounded spider in my house. You know what my sister and I do to spiders?
Unlike a spider, I only need one good leg.
He needs both hands,
You
right?
need both hands.
You don't fucking underestimate him. Ever. And you don't insult his limp.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Shit. Shit. Woo, thank you.
Thanks, Ina.
She didn't trust him to take care of things on his own.
I went to plan G.
I mean, it's his freedom, you know? And she killed someone
Yeah.
for him to save him. Be badass.
I'm sorry for you.
But there are things that matter, you know? More.
I killed him.
to save him.
Annette, look at me. You saved my life. Now get your segment, let's go.
In here!
I ship it so much. The chance, the fucking chance. And she's like, she's literally hiding in the carriage, be prepared to leave. Literally. She's waiting for them to leave. And they're the
chances. I know why you will be laughing right now.
fucking luck. You
It's
want to
like
gamble?
a golden opportunity. She's in the box
Lost.
now.
No, she's in the fucking truck.
We?
We don't know where she is.
She's in the box.
Don't we?
Sorry, she's
Just
in the
ask.
chest, yeah.
Jasper.
Just ask.
Oh my goodness, the chances for that.
A huge plan, you know, in motion and stuff.
Just ask.
Do we have a fix on where the target is?
Oh yeah. Oh boy. That was cool. Oh, okay. I did not expect all of this truth about the Darkling. I did not, you know, I had a feeling, you know, that he wanted more than what he was saying, and we talked about this 2 episodes ago, and then last episode, I thought it was a bit suspicious that he just took that opportunity to tell her all about his childhood and stuff. But considering now that we know he used to be he is the Black Heretic, it means that what he was saying about, you know, having the weight on his shoulders and stuff, it doesn't really matter anymore, because
He was the one to create it in the first place.
Yeah, I think the thing is, I am not willing to completely dismiss everything he said, because I do believe he means, you know, that, you know, she means a lot to him, and I think they do have a strong connection. I think it's more about him wanting to possess her more than him loving her. Like, there's no love there. For her, there was, you know, admiration and he's a good-looking guy. He's charismatic, like you said. You know, I think she was into him, knowing the truth of what he is now and what he wanted to do with her. I guess I get why she tried to leave on her own. You know, it's just coincidence that now she's, you know, in the hands of other people, but
she's now in some very capable hands. So if she needs help,
but they're bringing her back to a guy who wants to use her.
Yeah,
and that's her thing. I think that's why she didn't go right. It's because if she went right, she would just be someone else's tool. She would be used by other people, and she doesn't want that. She thought she was gonna be the hope of the people. I guess she could still be, like, she can still get rid of the fold.
She can probably manage to convince Inej that she's gonna need help, and they might decide to do something else, but it is true that Kaz put the title for the... What's the name of the pub that he's on, right?
Crow Club?
The Crow Club, yeah.
Well, he needs to have the money. Like, he needs to bring her back somehow.
That, yeah.
But that aside, like, for Alina right now, she doesn't want to be used by anyone, and she could still try to get rid of the fold. And that's why, you know, what the guy said earlier about Faith is really important, because when she was doing her presentation, you got Kyuujin looking at everyone, you know, adoring her, and they are blindsided by what she does and stuff. And he wanted to use that, but then she could use it too if she's intelligent enough and controls it. So depending on what she does next, she needs to get out of this situation first. But after that, she has the power, and she could, like, right now she can't go face to face with Kyuujin, but she's got the faith of the people, and the people could follow her, because even though he wanted to use her to keep the fold, everyone else wants it gone.
Yeah.
At least the people that matter. It looks like, you know, the people on the other side in West Rafka wanted her completely gone because the fold benefits them. You know, it cuts them off from the rest of the country. They don't have to follow the king. They have complete autonomy. Like, well, they can rule themselves, and no one can do much about it. So hence the conductor who was sent to kill her, which should not have surprised me like it did, but yeah. But people either want to follow her or kill her. So she needs to use the the faith of the people and try to become stronger and use that against Kyuujin and destroy the fold. So that's a lot on her plate. But she can do it. I trust in her. With the right allies, I trust in her. And Mal is gonna track her down. You know, he heard the thing about.
He heard the conversation, so he knows that Kyuujin wants to use Alina for his own benefits. So I'm not. You did say that maybe he would propose to him his services to him, but I said no. He heard it, then he won't.
I had a brain bubble or something, but yeah, he would track her down. So he would go after the guys from Getterdom, and somehow help her, because I'm pretty sure she's not gonna willingly go with Kyuujin and Jesper. But yeah, I think that at least now we know that all of our uneasiness when it came to Kyuujin was not founded. You know, I'm there's a part of me that's really happy that we didn't fall for this.
You know what? It is not really surprising though that we get blindsided by Kyuujin,
his pretty words.
His pretty words, his smoothness, his
charisma,
and gentleness. And on the other side, you got Baghra, who is
Baghra,
yes, his mom basically, and she's not
wearing any fucking gloves. She just bashed on her.
Yeah, but she's a strict instructor. She wants to help without cuddling the people to help them grow and be strong.
Considering what they wanted to do with her, it makes sense, because the son wanted her to depend on him, you know? He wanted her to believe in all this thing about, oh, you're the future, you're the hope of the people, you're gonna be, you know, important to get rid of the fold, but you can't do it.
You're important to me.
Yes, but you can't do it if I'm not with you to give you the boost. And the mother was like, fuck the boost, you can do things on your own, believe who you are.
It is true that he technically created this glove for her to help for the presentation. To rely on, but she didn't use it. Like, she's starting to be strong enough on her own, so that's really nice.
I think he did also, like, he had not a stutter, but he had a moment where he was like, whoa, shit. Because, like, what she did was a lot more than what she was supposed to do. Of course, I think a lot of what she did was thanks to what he told her and the looks they shared.
Yeah,
so.
You know what? When I saw her looking at him, she said, damn, she's really giving the look to him. And he was, I don't know for him, but I'm pretty sure that he felt something like, oh my gosh, I think I'm gonna fall. I know that he didn't fall for her, but that's the impression that he had on his face.
I don't think. Well, that's the thing. I don't think it's love. I think it's greed. Like the mom said, it's greed because he sees something so powerful that's perfect for what he wants to do, and it's just exactly like he always dreamed of. He's actually been waiting for her for years and years,
centuries.
So, how did he make that happen? What did he do? I don't know.
We need to.
The mother too is not that old.
Yeah,
so.
we really need to learn about how Grisha could do that.
Maybe he found, like, maybe it's a thing he managed because he found other animals. You know, he's been looking for the four of them. Like, there are 4, right?
Yeah.
The 4 animals that can boost the power. Maybe he found one, and that's how he managed to stay young forever. I don't know, but maybe it's gonna be explained. We'll see. But I think that's why we never suspected it was him. You know, because I mean, how could it be him?
Yeah.
And I mean, we did fall a little bit for what he was saying last episode about how he was, you know, alone and stuff. Although maybe some of it is true. Some of it might have come from, you know,
we always
a real
said
place.
that the best lies are told with a little bit of truth in them.
Yeah.
So maybe there is a part of him who feel alone, and maybe it's true. I don't know, but I think that with his mom, there are like only two shadow summoners.
Well, I was saying last episode when they talked about the history of the Black Heretic, I was saying how much of that is true, because history has a tendency to be written by the winners, right? Mm-hmm. History can be changed, and if he is written as a villain, then people can change the facts and stuff. But then for us to really know what happened, we will need his version of the story.
Yeah, but the mom was there too, and. From what she said, I know that he didn't maybe intend for the people to become Baghra.
But he is a villain. Definitely. He is a villain. But then what could make him a great villain, which I have no doubt Leigh Bardugo has the talent to write a good villain. for that we would need to know his motives, because if we can understand a villain enough to pity him and be like, well, he had a point, then that's when we have a good villain.
Yeah, but we're not supposed to fall for the villain.
No, but we can understand a villain and, you know, think of him as a multi-layered character with, you know, great intentions that turn bad and stuff, and still understand that he's a bad guy. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. So I want to analyze his character, but for that to happen, we need to know his version of the story, his point of view, and what really happened back then for him to create this. Because apparently they said, you know, the story says that he got greedy, he wanted more power, and when they went to basically take him down, he you know, burst out and he created the Fold and stuff.
Yeah.
So what led him to this? I want to find out. I want to know more about his psyche when it comes to what happened. But for that, we need his version. So we'll wait till he actually tells us his version.
All right.
Maybe if he faces Alina and tries to, you know, get her back, she'd be like, well, you lied to me. Okay, I'll tell you, you know.
Yeah, don't fall for that.
I mean, the way he was talking to his mom, you know, he really said, it's all about her, it's not about me. And he didn't talk about greed, but his mother was like, no, I see right through what you're saying. This is greed. But maybe he doesn't understand it this way.
Yeah.
That's possible.
Probably, yeah.
In any case, it was a huge shock. I did not expect that, but we did expect to maybe, you know, be betrayed by him eventually, because we did not completely trust him. We wanted to
with the looks, yeah.
Yeah, we wanted to, but we were expecting something in the likes of a rebellion.
There was a possibility, and
well,
it looks like we were kind of right.
Yeah. So that's that. And the other shock in this episode was the conductor killing the Marie, that's her name. Yeah. Which should not have come as a shock, because literally I remember when we saw Kaz look at him talk to the guy who, you know, called for a rebellion, we did not know he was the general of West Ravka right at the moment.
No,
at the
but
time.
we knew in the 4th episode, because we saw a picture of
but then at that time we did not talk about the conductor talking to him, but I remember, you know, looking at this and seeing Kaz look at this, and I was saying, you know, oh, you need all the facts in order to prepare your plans and stuff, which makes a lot of sense, because it's true. With all the facts, you can plan for, you know, the right guys to go after Alina and the wrong one to go after the decoy. But we did not talk about this more. We were like, well, there's something that's gonna come from this, but then we did not focus on that. And then he comes in and he kills Marie.
Well, Kaz is a true magician.
I should have known.
Is intent for us to focus on one hand while he's doing something else on the other hand.
But that's the thing, like, my thought was, when they were talking about the lock, I wanted to say as a joke, like, he must feel so, like, pissed that another guy can take care of a lock when he cannot. And I was like, okay, it's interesting, or a lock he cannot pick. But then it would make sense that, you know, if I mean, with all the facts and stuff, he could probably take on that lock, but then it makes sense that he's not the one that's going to go there, because the real Alina is not going to be there.
True.
So he had everything, you know, he knew everything, he knew not to trust the conductor.
You know what? If we had paid more attention to it, we technically saw the same scene as Kaz. We knew there was another girl in the same room with other people who were trying to...
And I was saying, I hope he doesn't take the wrong one. You know,
yeah.
We saw all the facts, it's just that we did not put them together.
Yeah. We saw them, but we did not observe.
But
as Sherlock would have said.
No, but honestly, it's interesting, because it's the same feeling I had reading Six of Crows.
Really?
Whereas I would see a situation and I'd be like, I know all the facts and stuff. There's no way he's gonna get out of this. But then he pulls something that makes you go, this kid is so intelligent. Like, that's his strength. That's what makes me love this character so much. He always comes up with something cool. And the thing is, you probably would know too, like, if you had took the time to learn all the facts like he did and settled for a second to think about how to do this, you could probably see it coming. But then he's just that good at pulling off stunts like this.
Which reminds me, he had so many planned already.
Always,
like,
you don't go in a situation like this without
A to F, probably even to Z.
And everyone knows the plans too. And he keeps it close to his chest. Everything else, you know, even Inej was saying, like, is it safe, you know, to send the fourth guy, the new one, to get the sun summoner, and he's like, he's not saying, trust me on this.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. He comes up with stuff, and he's just that good that he surprises the audience, which is why I love him.
True. What do you think would happen with Ines since she killed someone for the first time?
It shook her. Like, that's the thing. In Six of Crows, there's not that. I'm pretty sure there's not that. At least I don't remember.
They technically introduced her the fact that she killed someone, and she would probably kill many more afterwards.
Well, I would not put it above the character to have had that in their past, considering now it's technically canon, you know? And this is before Six of Crows, so she changed since then. But considering she was against killing because it goes against her religion, basically, it's her way of life, it would bother her. And I love that Kaz took the moment to, like, look at me, you saved my life, you know? Focus on that instead of, you know, everything else, because and I do agree, sometimes there are sacrifices that need to be done, especially when you're in a situation like this. She had to kill a guard to save Kaz, otherwise Kaz would be dead. So it's harsh, it's rough, but then maybe it's gonna push her to put her priorities on a different level. You know, she's gonna start maybe seeing killing as something completely different if she can find a good reason to do it. You know, and it also comes down to, you know, who matters enough for you to do this. And hello, Kaz and Ines, will they one day? Yeah. I love them.
I just kept laughing at the fact that probably this time Jesper won the biggest gamble he could have had.
I know, and he didn't try. You didn't try. But that was perfect. I love that they took an episode. Like, there are two things in this episode that I love, the fact that they just focused on it a little bit more. Kaz's limp and Jesper's homosexuality. I do remember reading the book. It might be because it might be because I focused on the overall story more, and at the time I didn't like Jesper as much as I do now, you know. But I did not see it coming at all in Six of Crows that he was into guys. So, but when I found out, I was like, fuck, okay, well, we're going there, let's go. And I was happy. I was like, great. It might also have been because the relationship that I'm, you know, talking about in Six of Crows, to me, was portrayed as Jesper being a grown-up and the other being a kid. It's just, when you read a book sometimes, you know, you're gonna put pictures on your characters and you're gonna imagine them a certain age and stuff. And in my mind, Jesper was a full-grown adult and the other one was a kid. So that might be why I did not see it.
Why you might have been disturbed.
Yeah, but after that, I just switched my focus, you know, how I saw the story, and now it's a thing, and I accept it, and I think it's great that we have a character that openly, you know, enjoys his sexuality and shows it.
We only seen a couple of Grishas.
We saw them too, yeah.
Some couples too, yeah.
Who seem to be into each other as well, and I like that. Like, we don't hide from it. I mean, there's enough racism and bad judgment of character in this show that we don't need more. But I love that in this case, it just shows that Jesper is really in control of his skills. He's really in control. He's confident about who he is and what he can do. And he uses it to get what he wants, and he's a sweet talker.
I have a question though. What are they eating? Because pretty much everyone we saw in that episode were smooth with their flirting.
Yeah, I know.
Everyone.
It comes with confidence.
True.
And Jesper doesn't like confidence, and the Darkling doesn't like confidence.
True.
So that's how you become a smooth talker.
Yeah.
And the limp, like, of course, the limp is great because I remember before we watched the show, I was reading online a few things about the process of making it and the actors and stuff. And I know that some people criticize Freddie Carter, who plays, well, they didn't criticize him, but they criticized the fact that he doesn't have a limp. You know, he's not someone who has a limp, but then he had to play a guy who limps. And some people were like, well, you know, cancel culture would freak out and be like, well, why not, you know, cast a guy who's already had a limp and stuff. But then other people were saying, like, well, what he did with the character is so good, and how he managed to handle the limp and stuff is just so natural, so you don't get to be mad about this. I was like, we'll see what he does with the character. I was not disappointed.
I don't know for you, but personally for me, I think that regarding theater or cinema, people are supposed to act.
Yeah, I know.
You won't have people with certain categories and certain specifics every single
Yeah,
time.
I
That's
know.
why it's called acting.
Like, the girl who
You
plays
know?
Inej is not an assassin or a spy or anything, yet she has to act like she is because it's her character. So the same, I agree with this. Like, he doesn't have a limp in real life, but he has to act.
Just like some actors will play straight characters on screen or
Or
gay
in real life.
characters on screen.
Yeah.
It depends on what they're on the characters, but it's called acting. So people who criticize this and scream at this, seriously, I'm just pissed at you sometimes.
In some cases, maybe it has, some weight behind the claim. In this case, I thought it was far-fetched too. I was like, well, it's a fucking limp. And it's not like Kaz was born with a limp, because he wasn't. I don't know if you... Did I tell you how he got the limp?
No, you told me a bunch of stuff about Six of Crows, but not everything, so
Oh,
don't.
okay. Well, no, but the thing is, though, he wasn't born with it. That's the only thing I'm going to say. So he had to adapt. To me, the limp, when it comes to Kaz, is just a way for him to be underestimated. You know? It is a weakness, but he had to live with it.
It is not a weakness.
It is a
part
weakness
of his
physically.
charm.
No, but it is a weakness physically. Like, if you have to run, you're not going to be as fast.
I know, but as a joke, you could say that it's part of his charm.
I would say, so I think, and I don't quite remember, but it's not the first time, in Six of Crows, I guess, that people would look at his limp and be like, oh, you're the limping boy and stuff from the barrels.
Me,
yeah, that's the thing. Like, they underestimate his skills because they think he's broken. They think he's, weaker. But then he uses it as a strength, It's because he has a limp, he had to learn a lot of other ways to be badass and do his thing. So I love that in this episode we had a scene where the guy literally put him down because of the limp. And we showed his weakness a lot this episode. He tried to pretend he didn't have a cane, and yet, it hurt him a lot. And then he pushed through, and he was spotted because of that. And still the guy was like fucking underestimating his skill, and he got taken down.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was cool. But yeah, I love this episode.
Also, the fact that one of the times that Kaz didn't have all of the information regarding Grisha, or that Grisha in particular, he almost got killed, but he had thanks to Inej, he survived because he thought that Grishas needed two hands to control
I think
the
he
magic.
Needs, the way I understood it, I think he needs two hands to create fire, but then with one hand he can control fire that exists already.
Mm.
So in this case, he thought he needed two hands, but there was fire everywhere.
Yeah, so he almost got killed for that.
Which is why Inej being by his side is a good thing. Which is why, like I said, Inej needs to understand. I mean, put your priorities straight. I think that she cares enough about Kaz to protect him and be there for him, even though it means killing people. And she just needs to make her peace with that. But these two are complicated.
But you know what? I don't know if we're gonna see it in the last episode for now.
Well, we're still far from the finale. We still have 3 episodes.
We still have 3 episodes left, but I will be really happy if they show something with Inej who is struggling with that.
Well, they already did. Like, she was already not good. When they came out, Jesper was like, "You okay?"
Yeah.
Jesper figured it out that something was wrong. So, and he's not the most, good at checking this out. Observing. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, very cool episode. A lot of people with a lot of plans, a lot of undermining and a lot of manipulation of the audience too, because they took us some way and then they took us another.
We did not see that coming.
No, not all of it.
Before we end the conversation, I just want to go back to Marie, the one who was used as bait, because I know that some important people has a double to protect them, but it must be so stressful and such. It's so sad if they're
the ones getting killed because of this. It's part of the job, and they are. I mean, it's easy to forget because they are in a palace and they live a good life and stuff, but they are soldiers in an army, and when you are fighting a war, casualties are a thing, Basically, for her, she died to protect the hope of the Grisha. So I don't know. there's no way to know what she felt in that moment, and or how she would what she was thinking when she died. But you know, she asked to die as herself and stuff, and she was afraid, of course, but she had someone with her, so at least there's that. I would assume that maybe she did it, you know, knowing the risk, and she was fine with it because, like I said, it means protecting the hope. Better me than her, you know. And she was her friend too, so you got that. It's sad, and it shouldn't be, but she was fine. I mean, she took that job. She was probably asked to do it, but I think a part of her was okay doing it, knowing the sacrifices might have to be done.
Yeah.
So, still sad. There's a selfish part of me that prefers the fact that it's her than Alina, though. Like, I'm like, it's a good thing that she's still alive.
Well, the series would have ended a lot sooner than that, then.
Yeah, very quickly. Anyway, good episode. I'm very excited for the last 3 because where do we go from here? What happens next? Kazi, Nej, and Jesper are not supposed to be here, so they're not supposed to kidnap Alina, so what?
Do you think that now that Alina knows the truth about Kyuujin, do you think that she might question why she never received a letter from Mal?
Well, he's coming anyway, so he might get the chance to explain himself.
Please, you need to talk.
I just hope that she's not gonna go back to feeling. You know, I think the fact that she put the lantern on the ground and used her powers still after learning the truth means that she has not lost her confidence. You know, even though Kyuujin manipulated her, I think she's even more motivated to show that she's strong enough to.
Like she's gonna be the one to defeat him.
Yeah.
But she just said that she wants to fight him.
And I mean, no, but she left on her own too. So she doesn't want to rely on anyone else. She doesn't want to be the slave to anyone else. She wants to do things on her own and keep that confidence. It's good. So hopefully it helps. And rage can also fuel, you know, that power.
True.
So yeah, good episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see the next episode right away, it is on Patreon already, or it will be very, very soon. Check it out. The link is in the description.
And if you don't, wait for the next one to be out on YouTube, which will be next week.
Yes.
Bye, guys.
Bye.